Hello everyone, my name is Felipe. Today we're going to take a look at this Lego Movie 2 set. Welcome to Apocalypseburg. As you can see, it's a really big set. It has over 3,000 pieces and it took me about 10 hours to complete. So yeah, let's take a closer look on the individual features of this set. Let's begin our closer look from this area of the build. So at the bottom you have a cafe. On top of the cafe you have two more shops, and on top of these shops is Lucy hideout. So this is Lucy's hideout, and on top of this there's a sofa build. I personally love this kind of small furniture build because it's quite useful to have different scenario with minifigures. The roof can be opened, and inside there are a couple of accessories, which most of them are Easter eggs, referencing the previous Lego movies. Now let's take a look at the shops on the second level. So on the right is a hair salon, tattoo parlor. As you can see, there are two head model with Mr. T's hairstyle. There's also the chair for the customer. I personally love this chair because it kind of reminds me the scene in Thor Ragnarok where Stanley cuts Thor's hair. And on the right is the armor shop. Also sells some weapons, so it has a mannequin. It's quite hard to see, but the shield it's holding is actually a Justice League shield. The door here is also quite interesting, as it can be open, and I think this design is very useful for any other builds with similar themes. As you can see from the outside, this area probably used to be a shipping container, and you can tell by looking at this door. I really love the design of this door. I think it's a very useful design to be reused if you want to build any structure that is built from a shipping container. Now let's take a look at the cafe. First, we just need to take this away. So inside the cafe there's a lots of nice details. You can also sit from here. If we open the door, there's two types of coffee obviously, and this little build here I think is quite useful if you want to build some gasoline dispenser as well. Despite being a very nice build, I probably won't order anything from the menu because the menu right now is a mouse. I understand where they're coming from because it's a post-apocalyptic settings, but the Lego mouse is too adorable to eat. I probably will replace it with a drumstick. Next to the cafe is Scribble Cop's office. If you look at the interior, it might be a bit plain, but actually this is also a very interesting build, especially the area in the front. I think it has some very new techniques and useful design if you want to build some similar structure. There's also a nicely detailed basketball hoop. There's also one play feature that kind of plays on a running joke in the first Lego movie where the bad cop likes to throw a chair at the criminals and his colleagues. So if you see the tile here, and if you push it, it will throw the chair up like this. Now let's take a look at this area of the build. So at the bottom there's a workshop, and by far this is my favorite part of the build. You can see the workshop is renovated from a caravan. There's so much detail put inside. You can only appreciate it if you actually build it. as much as I like this area, one of the disappointment is that it is not easily accessible, nor you can take this apart and utilize the space and look at the details inside. And now we're gonna move to the right, and here's a bathtub and shower. It's quite interesting. They use a yellow frog piece, I think, just to replace the rubber duck. And despite being a post-apocalyptic world, the water is surprisingly clean. And then you got a shower here, some soap and some bubbles. And then next to it is the gym. So before we get into the gym, we can have a look on the roof. So this is the diner, and you can see there's some condiments, frying egg, and there's also an interesting fryer that's making some French fries. So the gym itself is based on a train carriage, and you can take the diner away. Inside the gym there's a weight training bench. There's also a punching bag that you can play with it like this. Before we look at the Statue of Liberty, there's another small area that you don't have any internal access, but it's quite nice design. Looks like, the side of a plane, just right here. And on top, this is actually the front of the Batmobile from the Lego Batman movie. Now let's take a look at the Statue of Liberty. It is a very impressive brick built statue. From the exterior to the interior, there's some very interesting build technique, also the torch as well, and you can see the finger here is actually, you can move around to position the finger with different ways. So here's the back of the statue. Although the overall build is very impressive, but I do feel like there's some points an alternate piece could be used, because if you look inside this area here, it's a bit dark and hard to see, but there's some odd pieces that's not connected to anything. I personally, get really irritated, like when I draw a line and it meets the end point, but something stick out. But it's just a personal thing. It's just really minor, But and the build itself is very sturdy and don't really fall apart. So, nevertheless, it's a very impressive build. So, on top of the statue, that you can also take this away and reveal a small lookout area. Overall, I think the most interesting build of the statue is definitely the face here. Right now it has a very happy facial expression, but I'm pretty sure there will be fans that are able to customize it with a different facial expression. Building this fallen statue, like, it kind of makes me want a proper Statue of Liberty in this scale before whatever happens in the Lego world. Now let's take a look at the minifigures. So this set does come with 12 minifigures. Let's just go through them one by one. So the first one is Emmett, the main character from the Lego movie. He comes with a takeaway coffee cup, which is a very useful piece. Next is Wild Style, or simply known as Lucy in the second movie. So she has a goggles and new scarf piece. Come with a crossbow. And the next minifigure we're gonna look at is Batman. By far, this is the best figure in this set. The view here actually is not just one piece molded plastic, but it's kind of have a rubbery material to get the feeling of the tie. This Batman is actually exclusive to this set. It does have a cheaper version, but the cheaper version from the cheaper set doesn't have the arm printings, but just minor. And these figures do come with a alternate face expression. For Emma, it's a worried face, and smile from Lucy, and the usual Batman face for Batman. Now we look at the characters from the first Lego movie. So here is Bad Cop, now he's called Scribble Cop. And this is the Where's My Pants guy, now he's still looking for his pants and getting more angrier. This is Larry the barista. Despite in a post-apocalyptic setting, he's still selling coffee. Here is Server Dave, now he's called Chainsaw Dave. So 3 of these characters also come with a alternate face expression. My favorite would be Scribble Cop's. Like, he used to be a more happier, but now he just looks angry as well. So this set also comes with 2 exclusive DC superhero figures. On the left is Green Lantern, and on the right is Harley Quinn from the movie Suicide Squad. And I love this baseball bat. They do also come with a alternate face expression. And the 3 remaining figures are citizen of Apocalypseburg. Not sure what the role in the movie yet. Probably will know about it once I've seen the movie, which is coming out soon. The character called Fuse with that helmet on does come with a very interesting face. It can be very useful depending on what you want to do with the minifigure. I do quite like this face, by the way. In summary, this is a impressive set with interesting build and very high display value. The most interesting build is definitely the Statue of Liberty. Also, it's very rare to have such a big set to have close to none repetitive builds. I enjoyed every second of it. And the end result don't just look good from the front, but also from nearly any angles. It does rival, in my opinion, one of the best sets of all time, the Ninjago City. If there's anything that can be improved, I think it's on the play feature size. It does have only a few play features for kids compared to most other Lego set. Also, due to the unique design, this could be a pain for maintenance because some areas are quite hard to dust. Probably need weekly dusting if you don't have a dust-free Lego room like me. The price is indeed on the high end, but this set is absolutely worth it. It is definitely a must-buy for any Lego collectors, in my opinion. The set is now widely available at any Lego store or online. However, if you're like me, living in New Zealand, you can only get it from Lego Shop at Home at the moment. I do think it will be available later in our retail stores, and if you're lucky, you might be able to get some 20% discount. Yeah, feel free to leave your thoughts and any feedback in the comments. And if you like this video, please subscribe. More contents are on the way.